And it says I'm live. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. Like always. Wait to see if anybody shows up. If anybody notices I'm online. Can be tricky sometimes. I am sneaky. Can be tricky sometimes. Oh, man. This is to remind all the hard work I did today on that tree limb out there. Took both of us to do it. Oh, one. Hope everybody had a great day. It was temperature wise not bad at all. Humidity wise, bad. But it was a wonderful day. Melinda. Yeah. Well, at least I didn't interfere with any snoring or anything like that. I want to tell you, I don't know how long I'm going to be on either. Uh, been having trouble breathing. I got a little bit done today in spite of a headache. All the logs. Oh, all the in-laws are snoring. Yeah. Well, they won't hear you then, or me. If if my picture starts shaking, it's them snoring. You see. Yeah, they go. Oh. Do you know what I got on my TV? I done seen it. I'm rewatching it, trying to boost it. Meg's Little House in the Country. She had a big limb that fell out of a tree into another tree. Before I even started working today, she had me. She had me working, helping her pull that limb out of there. Well, hello, Eric. Oh, if he's asleep, don't bother him. Yeah, they're probably still working on his apartment. He might have to get up early or something. Like he's had the roughest time getting that apartment completed. I got out and did a little of this and a little of that. And got a few things done. Then it rained on me and I didn't get to do no more of them. Didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do. But I've still got the same old rotten headache. Well, then that'll probably wake him up. Yeah. Yeah. Landlord just need to go ahead and buy some good paint and get it over with. I mean, well, we're looking at 50 and 60% chance of rain. I think today was day number 4, and all we got was a little sprinkle this afternoon. I went out and worked in the yard, and it's looked like it was going to rain every day, but it's going around us. Scott said Chickamauga, 6 miles away, it poured down rain. We saw a few sprinkles, enough to wet the grass to stop me from doing any more grass cutting. Yeah, that's about the way it was here today, but the humidity was so bad that I literally come in and peeled a shirt off. I mean, I couldn't pull it off. I had to peel it off. I'm thinking about going on vacation. If I could just get away from here without anybody needing me to do, if the fruit stand could stay open without me, I'm trying to plan something. Something that I discovered here a while back, not too long ago. Uh, I don't want to give it away because I want to video it. Uh, I like to go down and spend the day uh, and make a video about it. What division was it? Did you discover this recently? Uh-oh, her dog's acting strange. Well, Dan is the only one that's been acting strange past few days because he went to see the vet and got the scissor work done. Yep. There's a lot of history in Chickamauga, and a lot of plaques about a lot of different uh, military divisions. That was where the battle took place up there. I used to be able to drive down through there and tell you what some of them that represented what divisions they were going down the road down there, but I can't remember them anymore. But I've read and read and read, walked in all over that place. Two old people on the couch. Hey, I wonder which one that is and whether or not Melinda went to check on the dog. She'll be right back. The dog was acting strange. uh, oh, it's Deb. I guess he's still out on the road, ain't he? That old man. There, she's back. It's Deb. Mark's out on the road, I think. You know, he went back to work. Scared me to even hear him say them words. Just go to show he's not as old as he pretends to be on the couch. Yeah, I know when y'all made that video, said he was going to go back. I was like, and y'all said that word too many times. It's a 4-letter word, you know. I have such a hard time Saturday mornings. I try to catch y'all's show, and a lot of times, at least I'm on there. I might be, I might be asleep. I push it. I go, there they are. Yeah. Oh, he's still a young fella. Hey. Oh yeah, he wanted a squirrel to play with. He just tell him good night. Yeah. Hey, does he? Hey, Deb, do you know? Is he covering? Is he at been at any of the political rallies or anything? Or will he do any of them? If he does, tell him to keep his head down low. Yeah. Oh, I'll wait. Eric, let's just stop and wait on him to catch up. Well, did we miss your birthday? You didn't let us know? You know, I can't remember everything. Well, happy birthday. I might have already said it and don't remember. Okay. All right. See, I just don't remember. I'm slipping. I watched a thing about medicines, and uh, I've been doing a lot of research on dementia. Since they said I was working on it. Uh, Come to find out, 3 pills that I took over 7 years. Uh, it's a, Studies show that it leads to that long time if you take it long enough. Oh, my phone's on. No. Yeah, because reason I say that, he does. If he keep his head down, if he goes to any of them rallies or anything, uh, I'm trying to think. What do they call them? Them people that protect them. I'll tell you what. That lady's in charge of it. I keep thinking. I got Homeland Security in my mind. Secret Service. Uh, they uh they 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 drilled her. Democrats and Republicans. I mean, this was. They asked her some. They were mean to her, and they were demanding of her, and they wasn't taking no excuses from her. And one of them asked her, said, since everybody had asked for her resignation, does she want to take her 5 minutes to speak? Does she want to use it to fill out her uh, resignation? Hey, she said no. They need to fire her. They need to go ahead and just say goodbye. She knows she messed up. She was in charge of it. So I wouldn't. If I had to have that kind of protection, I'd tell Secret Service to stay at home. I'd get my own crew in there. I'd find me a bunch of ex-combat vets and tell them I need this perimeter swept and protected. And it'd get done then. Yeah. He he needs to get him a little cap with some antennas on it with some little satellite dishes, you know, like a Mickey Mouse looking thing to wear on the show. Yeah. Well, that should be without saying, Melinda. But at the same time, somebody 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 take a taking fire something at you, turn the podium around, swing the podium around, jump behind it, pull out your own pew pew, and let loose. There's Meg on the TV. If you haven't subscribed to Meg's Little House in the Country, you need to. And let's see. She just needs a few more. to get 500. Yeah, yeah. Problem is that would only be for close range. She's up to 497. Need three more. Three more. Three more to get her to 500. I'd like to see that happen tonight. Meg's Little House in the Country. I mean, if you sitting back, I mean, doing nothing, click on her channel. It's just she's working around her yard or doing something in the house. I meant to ask her. She needs to update us on whether or not she's done anything else on that bathroom floor. That was a big job. Uh, she's sweet as a button, ain't she? Uh, but I like to look at the sunrise and the sunset, like she's doing right now, trying to. They got some fires going on up there, wildfires, and it's causing a lot of smoke interfering. But it's still a beautiful sunrise and a beautiful sunset. That means we made it through another day, and we woke up to another day when it rises. What I think's neat is how that sun sets right behind that one mountain. 497 subscribers. Three more. Oh, who could I call? And ask them to click. And she's going to have a bunch of pumpkins here. I don't know what's it's switching now. She's went off. Some kind of court case or something now coming on. So, I said here a while back, I couldn't figure out why I kept getting so many of these here pimple poppers. I finally figured out why. Because I leave the TV playing on YouTube, and whatever I'm watching, like this wasn't pre-planned. It just switched to its own. It just picked one. Well, it got to picking them things. I finally got them to quit popping up so much. Popping up so much. Hey, that okay. I wonder where Peg's at tonight. Let's see if we can get Peg on here. Yeah, Let me get back to my regular scheduled programming now. I've been trying to catch up with everybody. Oh, you think he's finally got it done? No. The Eddies they're probably back home now. Neil's, I, I wouldn't, I wouldn't want to go through all that. I mean, his apartment ain't that big. But, that'd be a nightmare. That would be. I've watched this judge before. His landlord told him to order the bed. Yeah, he said he wasn't going to order it until the painting was completed. He said that. Yeah, good. Well, because he's got a video he's going to be sharing with us, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to get straightened out. That concert he went to. Yeah, things are different everywhere you go. Always something. But all this repainting over and over and over and over is really wow. I mean, they could have put a cheap paint on the wall if they'd have put a good primer on the wall. Or they could have just bought some good paint with some primer already in it. And good quality paint, and it would have done the job too. But I don't. It's their money. Unfortunately, it's Neil's headache. And I think he passed it on to me. I've had one all day. More than normal. I need something more than what I have around here for it. But if I call my doctor, she'll want me to come in. Then I have to listen to her tell me how she wants me to go have a scan. And I had to go through the whole ordeal telling her, no, I ain't going to go get one. And then she'll give me some. But Neil's had so much trouble with that apartment, it's giving me a headache. I know it, Melinda. Around here, I could have painted the barn, this house. I could have painted the log cabin by now. Yeah. Well, did you hear the painting was supposedly? Yeah, but did you hear if it actually got done? Because he's been told a lot of things and he's expected it and then didn't turn around and come back and told us it didn't happen. That's the part that would aggravate me. Kind of like I'm a little aggravated with my son right now. And if he sees this, that's fine, because I'll tell him when I see him. He told me he was going to do something, and he ain't got it done yet. And it's going on. It's way beyond what he said. There's Peggy. Did you get my email? Yeah. Oh, I don't know if my videos went up for today or not, but I I had a pretty busy day. Hey, Christina. Now I can't remember if it was yesterday or day before yesterday. I think it was day before yesterday. Uh, they called me. Your mama slipped out of her wheelchair and set her behind parts on the floor, and they wanted to let somebody know it. They couldn't get a hold of you. They called me. They said everything was fine. They said it wasn't nothing to it, but it was still a fall, and they wanted to report it. Well, they said they couldn't get in touch with you. They said they tried to call you, and I said that's fine. It doesn't matter. You can call either one of us. They said they couldn't get you. Said they tried. But anyway, she's fine. It was one of them things like she did when I was there time before last or 3 times back or something like that, where she just slid off the end of the seat and sat on the floor. Yesterday or day before. I think it was day before yesterday. Anyway, I've got to go back and I can't read the screen there. Uh, no, I didn't hear about the earthquake. You're dyeing your hair. Well, where are you gonna bury it at? So you're gonna go ahead and just dye it all gray? Just don't come out like Kayla with all that purple and pink and all kinds of weird stuff. Well, I mean, she is in her 40s, you know. That gray hair has to start sooner or later. You, I mean, you might take after me, Christina, and not have a gray hair one. You might not be seeing that right. It might be just white. uh, you start putting all them dyes and stuff in there, it's just a bunch of chemicals is all it is. You have to learn how to deal with things in an unstressful way. I've only had my hair dyed one time in my life, and I was probably, let's see, I was probably in my mid-20s. My sister, at one point in her life when she was younger, before she finished school, was wanting to be a beautician. And she thought she was supposed to practice on me. And I let her. And I ended up with the reddest hair you ever seen. I had a head full of red hair. I like long hair. I want to tell you, I've cut 3 inches off my beard. Nobody, I don't think anybody ever, I don't remember if anybody noticed it or not when I asked about that before I told them. But I cut it off like an inch the first time, then I cut 2 more inches off. I was like, no, nobody be able to tell. It's just there anyway. But yeah, I cut a good 3 inches off. Sometimes ponytail. It's been a good day. It's just been an aggravating one. between the headache and the rain, the sprinkles, I should say, that messed the afternoon up. But we did go down and get some uh, bricks. I didn't video it. And propped the sign up down at the road so the weed eater could push up under it and without tearing the sign up. We talked about it for a long time. Finally did it. Scott took them down on the trailer, and I took the weed eater and went down there and weed eated the way I've been wanting to do it for some time. I just never got around to it. Did you enjoy the humidity today, Christina? Or did you not know we had it because you were on the water somewhere? Ah. I'm thinking about shaving all my head except for right in the back right here and just letting it grow just like a Chinaman. It'll have to be pretty low back here to grow. It'll have to be down here somewhere because there's not none up right here. Well, what do y'all think about all the excitement I had around here? I mean, we had all point bulletins out. Every sheriff, every county was on the lookout. I mean, it, it was something else. I mean, every time you run down to the bank, Chickamauga, it was had police cars sitting around it. Every bank in the county and two counties right here, they had them all blocked up. They were really worried Clyde was on the loose. And they worried me to death. Have they captured him yet? Has he been apprehended? No, not yet. So I'm listening to the police scanner. You know, and they're all going, still at the bank? Yep, still at the bank. There wasn't much going on in the county. I mean, they dropped everything. All other crimes were just, not covered at all. Green Spider-Man. Oh, well, thank you. Glad to have you drop by. We just sitting around talking. I had a wild guinea got loose. His name was Clyde. I'm telling you, did you see him down there with all them chicks? He probably was. What was funny is the first day he was out, that 6 foot fence we put up, he run back and forth, back and forth. He wanted to get to the barn where the rest of the guineas were down there, but he couldn't figure it out to go to the. He would run, but just come short of getting to the end and turning the corner to go down to the barn, and turn and go back the other way. And then he followed me the next day. He followed me around there, and he followed me down there. And there was a white chicken out there, and it was back behind the thing there, and him and that white chicken got to running back and forth. And I thought, what if I open that gate right there and run them that way? Maybe he'll go inside that fenced-in area. And sure enough, I got some corn and threw it out there so the other chickens wouldn't want, because they want to come out the gate when the gate opens. I threw some corn out there to keep them occupied. And I opened that gate up, and sure enough, him and that white chicken both went running right in there. And that's where he spent the last of his freedom. And I stood down there with a net, stood real still. And he'd get close enough that I, just short of me being able to reach out with the net and grab him real quick. And then one time I was down there, and I didn't have the net, and he literally walked up close enough to me that if he'd have been just a few more inches, I could have reached down and put my hand on him. But just as soon as I moved, he'd take off. He'd move away. I'm not going to get in this conversation. But uh, but I went down to check water, and he uh, he just kept his distance just enough to keep me from reaching him. Doctor's appointment early in the morning. Well, Melinda, God bless, and uh, we're looking for good. The doctors say everything looks good. So we're praying whatever you're going for, it'll be perfect. Still looking for that camper, ain't you? I'm sure she is. Yeah. She's not used to staying up late no more. And 8 o'clock stuff is about as late as she can go now. Yeah. Hey, I could get good bill of health and a camper. All at the doctor's office. That would be wild, wouldn't it? God bless, Melinda. You have a good night's sleep. I'm not too far from it myself. I had to use my sprayer earlier. I got to where I couldn't hardly breathe. I thought it was time to just sit down. So I sat down. I said, well, if I'm sitting here, I might as well go live. Because I've got to get up before 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Good night, Melinda. Peggy, we've had a 50% chance of rain for the past 4 days. One day was 65%. Every one of them has went around us. Scott said down towards Chickamauga down there, 6 miles away, it poured down rain today. It looked like it was going to rain here every day of the past 4 days. But all we got was enough sprinkles that when I took my break and come in and, peeled my shirt off and got dried off and drank me like 4 bottles of water and sat down and rested my feet for a while. By the time I got up and got dressed again and ready to go out, I looked at the window and I saw little bitty raindrops on it. And I thought, oh no, I won't be able to finish doing what I wanted to do. Well, it sprinkled heavy enough and long enough that all the grass was soaking wet. Not the dirt, just the grass. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not praying for rain. I'm not going to complain if we get it. But if it was going to rain any at all today, I wanted it to wait till it got dark because, well, you'll see in my video what I was doing, and it don't work in the rain. The rain just makes it too messy. Uh, but I have been guilty of that before, Peggy. And then come to realize it and go, wait a minute. No, I was just working outside. I want to get caught back up. You know, after the 4th of July and the rain that we did get, and about the time you think it was going to dry up, it'd get a little more rain. Well, that rain really made things grow around here. And, this a lot of this grass around here is really thick, and it's thick grass don't dry very quickly. You can have a whole day of sunshine; it'll still be wet grass down there. Grass, you go cutting it, you got wet grass. Yeah, I kind of expect to see them on tomorrow night. Well, it's just 10:36 there. And Brandon never goes to bed early. It should have finally went up, I think. I I'm holding the phone and it's doing thumbs up. If you have if you're Christina, if you're not if you haven't subscribed to Meg's Little House in the Country, go do so. She only needs like 3 more to reach 500. 500 is a milestone. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I played with the sound in one little section uh, of the voice of my voice. I thought I'm gonna leave it that way. I'm gonna leave it that way. But I'll wait a minute and see if I get a response. Oh, you'll notice it. Believe me, you'll hear it right away. You'll be going. It was a good day. I kind of did the video in steps throughout the day. I found some. We've got some, but I just don't. I don't have enough yet. No, they won't come on tonight. Not unless he sees that I'm on. He always wants to come on when I'm on. Have you noticed that? Well, hello, Meg. Meg's Little House in the Country has arrived. Meg, last time I looked earlier, you only needed 3 more people. 3 more people to reach 500. Well, in all fairness, he was being spontaneous like I do. Just let's go live. I have to go look. What I Well, I can't get this thing to. $490.73 more. Let's see. Well, I noticed you can't see. I can't see it now, but my screen protector has a little fine crack in it somewhere. Right. I can find it with my fingernail right there. Well, 500 is a milestone, Meg. That's a good. That's a you know. That's your first goal is 500. That opens up some doors for you. Let's see. What was you got? 500, and you can do a couple of things. You got to reach three goals and 500. But the good part is they don't take it away from you. They don't. Once you reach that point, you. At least that's what I've been told. Let me let me run off here again. I will probably never do none of them. I'm not gonna say I won't, but I don't expect to. Let's see. Go to my studio. Yeah, you can start letting people purchase things from you and create a fan club, but you got to have 500, 3 videos in 90 days, and 3,000 public watch hours within 365 days. So, hey Jimmy, good to see you. Glad you dropped by. So, go to go to your studio and click on earn and see if you see if you're anywhere near your goal of getting there. We just sitting around talking. I gotta get the there it is. Get the chat back up there where I can read it. It's terrible when you gotta do it on one thing and then you got to in order to be able to read it you got to have it on something else where you make it big enough to read. Yeah, we just talking about our day and what's going on and stuff like that. Oh, you know, had the humidity was bad today, so we had to talk about it because don't want to let go of it. You know, I want to forget it, but I keep talking about it. Oh, I think it was the last time I went live. I hit the live button. I'm gonna be honest. I hit the live button a little bit quicker than I expected to. I was I was finishing up washing up something myself. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this whole world right now. But I tell you what, I was really impressed today. Like I said, I was impressed when I saw the where they did the brought the lady that's in charge of security for the president and the vice president and former president and all them. Boy, they drilled her hard. I mean, they asked her if she want to take. One lady goes, "I've got 5 minutes. Do you want to use my 5 minutes to write your resignation?" Everybody's asked for it. I'm like, whoa. Let's see. Well, good night, Jimmy. Glad you stopped by. God bless. You take care. Come back and see us another time. Click on that like and subscribe button and follow me along. Sooner or later, you'll see me doing something goofy to put a smile on your face or make you laugh or something, you know. And, it's random things I do on YouTube. It's on Facebook too, but I don't post there very often. It's too much trouble. I started it, and once in a blue moon, I will post something on it. Yeah, AOC even got involved. Pretty simple, questions she asked her. She was just to the point. I was like, that's why I said it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with politics. It was about accountability, and they were putting her feet to the fire. I don't know what he's talking about. Jimmy's a young fella. I don't know. Them two are the only two I listen to. I haven't watched a whole lot of it, just clips and parts of it. No, the military didn't have nothing to do with it. That was a Secret Service. Oh, I say it's best to be real. If you don't post a link, that's sad. Bye. What was he talking about? What link was he talking about? Oh yeah, I only. I'm sure it shows random things I do up there somewhere, don't it? He may have. I don't know, but that wasn't going to happen. He wasn't in here but a few. He wasn't in here but a short period of time there. What does he think? What does he think his first name is Neil or something? Or Peggy? Or Melinda? Or Eric? I don't know about some of these people. I guess. Do you reckon? Do you reckon? I don't know. Is there any very many people on stream that uses StreamYard that opens the opens the door up for anybody to come in and start talking or pop up on the screen whatever they want to? I would hope not. You might get shut down real quick, real fast. You never know what they're going to do. Let's see what's on here on Zoom. Lake Forest Park Court. Jennifer Grant's the judge. I'll lock somebody else up on there, I guess. See, if Meg had got here a little sooner, she could have watched herself on TV, couldn't she? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to put my reputation, uh, or my channel at that, in that kind of jeopardy. You were on there, Meg. I mean, it showed me and you trying to pull that there tree limb out. And you finally closed it out and it went to something else on its own. What it's doing now, it's did on its own. I can't do nothing about it without bring without disappearing for a minute, or finding the remote to shut the TV off. Yeah, you were plastered all the way across there. And that big old tree limb we pulled out there, whew, that thing was hung up in there good. That's why I've been having breathing problems this afternoon tonight. I had to go in there and take some sprays. I had to use my inhalers and everything else trying to get my breath back earlier. Yeah. Oh, Meg, now that I've thought about it, and I said something about it a while ago, probably before you were here. Yeah, you wasn't here. You missed it. I'll say it again. You need to give us an update. Have you done anything in your with your floor in the bathroom anymore? Have you made any more progress with that? Don't tell us here. Make a video about it. And if you hadn't, make it a short video. Yeah, I know. I had both hands on it. You just had one. We were sure pulling. At least we got it out of there. I was sitting there watching it, all serious, and I was like, yeah, I got to quit watching this. I'm getting tired already, and I hadn't even went outside and done anything yet. Meg, Meg worked me to death before I even got out of the chair. See, I wasn't even out in the humidity yet, and I was sweating. I was like, dang. Yeah, I was kind of curious about that bathroom floor, and I'd like to take a ride in town one day, Meg, if you don't mind me jumping in the back seat and show me what the closest town is and what's going on there. You know what it has to offer. And I think they need to give you more room to work. I think you need some bigger tables. I've been meaning to call your boss about that and tell him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now, Peggy. Yeah, yeah. I think you need more room to work. Shoot, bigger tables, more room, more tape. Yeah, yeah. She's needs it to where she can just roll back and forth in the chair and never have to get up. Now, yeah, if she got a recliner, I'd come help her work. But don't you need both hands to do that? Scrub a toilet, you got to do this side, then you got to switch hands and do this side. Then you got to take. Yeah, you got to have both hands to do that. In my case, I need one to hold. I need one hand to hold me up from falling over in the toilet. Oh, great minds think alike, Peggy. Well, I'm not kicking this headache. And when I was out moving around today, I kind of put it in the back of my mind, and didn't let it bother me so much. But just sitting here is making it rough. Yeah, yeah, some of them little dudes run all around. There you go. I watched that. I watched that commercial, uh, and I think one of them's actually winking at me when it went by one time. It's on the right side of my head. It's right there. It's just I always have a little bit of a headache there if I stop and think about it and just get quiet, but nothing that I don't. I've had so long that I ignore it, but today has been everything's blurry and fuzzy. And it keeps attacking me. Oh, oh, fender benders, insurance company. Well, we never got Neil in here. You never got him to wake up. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Peggy to entertain you there for a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Did you video it? Yep. They don't make them cars like those '65 Buick Wildcats. Well, did uh did Peggy make clown faces or do anything to entertain y'all? Peggy, sound like you're determined to blame it on a woman. Uh, uh, yeah, good on gas. It can be good on gas if it wants to be. And I ain't got nothing against good on gas, but nothing real tiny. No little bitty cars. You feel like you're turned into a sardine in a can. Need some room. If I can get finished early enough tomorrow, this lady, when I went to Long John Silver's last week, yeah, last week, and she gave me an address in Chattanooga. I'd still poke that camera at them. It's an accident. I gotta film it. Yeah, yeah. But I'm going to go to Chattanooga to this place. This lady says, "You want some fresh fish around here? This is where you got to go." And I found this out from her because I wanted the chance to talk to her, and I just talked about what I said. Told her, I said, "I'm going to get a fish flavor here, but I'm not going to be happy. I'm actually going to be homesick." from where I used to live years and years and years ago. She asked where that was, and that's where the conversation went. And I told her when I was in high school, I shook oysters on the weekends I was an oyster bar in a restaurant right that was out built out across on the water. And yeah, I had to put on. You had to wear black pants and a white shirt, button up shirt and everything. I was the I was the oyster shooker, and I'd make these plates of oysters. And you really got some good tips if you could do them without breaking the muscle. And I was good at it, so I made good money. It was a good weekend job. I had to come in and fill the ice display thing up. I'd go ahead and make up some plates and garnish around it and everything and set them all up there on ice. Yeah, the more they ordered, the more I liked them. I said, "That's a big table of people right there. They're gonna leave me a nice tip." I didn't serve them to the table, but I had a tip jar on my. You know, the waitresses came to me, and the customers came to me, and can you fix me one like you did last week? Last weekend? Sure can. Fix you right up. Mm. So, oh Lordy, you were asking for punishment. That's about like driving a Pinto. Christina's mother's sister had a Pinto when we were dating. She drove a Pinto. I used to say the poor kid drives a Pinto. Well, I mean, I think that's the only reason Karen started chasing me was because I had a '65 Mustang. Because she drove a Granada. I might go, you can ask Christina. She wants to know where my Mustang is. Where's the Mustang? Now, when my sister got old enough to drive, poor kid, I, I can't believe I did it to her. But we put her in a Ford Galaxy 500. I think it's a Galaxy. Because well, we all did, I think, believe the bigger the better to protect her. She needed all the protection she could get. Yeah. I always drove big cars, except for the smallest car I ever had was my Mustang. Uh, I mean, uh, I had Lincolns, uh, Buick Wildcat. That was a monster right there, and it would light up some highway. And let's see. Now, when I started doing a lot of traveling for the oil, well, when I was going back and forth, I had a Bonneville station wagon, but I hauled a lot of stuff in that thing and a motorcycle on top of it. Believe it or not, I had a Bonneville, no, yeah, Bonneville station wagon. It was a two-tone, blue and white, and I had a motorcycle on top. You remember those? It's like y'all must have liked the same kind of cars, or the same size anyway. Now I used to like to drive Grandma's car. She had a big Dodge. I forget what it's called. Big four-door Dodge. But she bought. What kind of car was that Dodge? Well, Grandma always wore. Grandma on my dad's side. She always. Well, my stepdad. Uh, it was a Dodge. I can't remember what kind of Dodge it was, but it was a big Dodge, and that's all I ever remember her driving. Not the same one, but she always bought one just like it, almost just like it. The same kind. But that's about like me talking about driving an 18 wheeler or two stick. Full size Pinto. Yeah, but that's what she drove. She bought it from her dad. That was her first car. But when she bought it from him just before we got married. Yeah, it wasn't nothing like that, Peggy. No. Cornet. It was a Dodge Cornet. I think that's what it was. Cornet. It was a good driving car. And I only like really the reason I like driving it was because Grandma wasn't behind the wheel. I was. Whew. She'd give you a heart attack. they switch shows again on me up there and pull me out. Now, I had a Dodge van. It's customized. And as a young chap, it had a CB in it. It had all kinds of lights in the back. That was a wild van. I never owned a Thunderbird. I sold quite a few of them, but I never owned one. The Plymouth Fury. Yep. Uh, let's see. I remember when it didn't even have 8 tracks. I remember when they started coming out. And can't remember. We had a Plymouth. I had a Plymouth Fury, but I didn't keep it very long. And it was a 60-something model. I had a friend that had one too. And I bought about the same time I had that one, I also bought a Chevy Impala, which I sold to this guy. I bought it for I think $40, and I sold it for $100. AM, FM, man, 8-track. Well, y'all were high society, wasn't you? Shoot, AM, FM. All that other stuff, if you wanted 8-track, you had to go buy an 8-track player and mount it under the dash and wire it into the speakers, you know. Yeah. Yeah. AM, FM, 8-track stereo. Whew. Man, you knew who had the money back in those days. Hawkins Southern Junkyard. Now, Michael's mother had a Camaro. Yeah, she had a blue Camaro when we got married. Oh, coincidence. Yeah. She wasn't doing too well in the car bracket. You know, back then, it was an old Camaro, and, the doors didn't shut right on it no more. They had wire to make sure they didn't come open going down the road. I had let's see, what was it I did? Cutlass Supreme. Uh, we got married. She was tickled to death. She got to drive that. Yeah, Meg knows how. She knew what to drive first. Pickup truck. Yeah. Let's see. I moved down in this part of the country back in the '70s. I was with the Huey Corporation Oil Company, and up until took on country life, I didn't need a pickup. Dodge version of a, yeah, Cornet. It was a Dodge Cornet. That was Grandma's car. I'm sure it was a Dodge Cornet. I can't believe I can't remember that. But that sounds right, and I'm pretty sure it is. But that's the only kind of car she ever bought. She always bought new cars, but when she did, that's what it was. Now, we call it, she was Grandma. That's all there is to it. But she was my stepfather's mother. Uh, you couldn't ask for a better grandma. Now, she could make some chicken and dumplings, I'll tell you that. Mm. And she would, we didn't call him Grandpa. We called him by his name. And I can't remember what it was right at the moment. But she'd married this man. The only person I ever knew she was married to, because Daddy's father passed away when he was young. What was his name? But she married him out of prison for murder. His wife. And I can remember that conversation around, the family tree, talking about Carl. His name was Carl. Carl got out of prison. Yeah, he murdered his wife. He was getting out of prison, and Grandma married. I don't know if you're asking me why. She sure did. Yeah, he murdered his wife, and he was he died while we were still kids. I think I was like maybe 14 or 15 when he passed away. Uh, uh, I don't know how she met him. Never heard that story. All I ever heard was, she's marrying that man. She's marrying that man. She'll have to have her own room with a lock on it at night. Because he supposedly went in and shot his wife while she was asleep. And that's pretty much all I know about the story. I can't remember if I heard anything else about Carl or not. What I remember mostly about Carl was Carl hardly ever spoke. Spoke very little. And had been in prison for a long time. So he was kind of really humble. He kept his head down all the time. But it was called ABC. Paper. They made paper stuff like paper plates, cups, uh, restaurant material stuff for restaurants and stuff, or the grocery stores that sold spoons and forks and knives, plastic stuff. They made all kinds of stuff like that, and he delivered that kind of stuff. And every time he had leftovers, the back room off from the kitchen had rows and rows of shelves, and it was loaded down with ABC products. I mean, paper, plates, you name it. ketchup, mustard, all kinds of crazy stuff. He just saved it. He also hid money in books in the attic where he made himself a library. Because most of the time we went over there, he'd be out there once in a while. But most of the time, he'd go to the attic. Up there, he had made a library up there, and he had books galore. He just kept collecting books. And but yeah, when they started throwing them books away, and they were taking them someplace to donate them. And I got over there, and somebody picked up a book or something, and some money fell out of one of them. And we got to looking, and there was money in a lot of books. He would hog money and stash it in books. So, where did y'all take those books? We had to go look in them books. We found a lot of money. No, He just he just used them like bookmarkers, but he didn't mark them, where you could see it. He just put it between the pages. Uh, but yeah, we went through every book in there. We found money. We found money. And then we kept stacking the money up. And then Grandma told us to split it. Huh? Yeah, he couldn't. I remember one time we went over there with our BB guns. That we got a BB gun from somewhere, and he got upset. Can't have them around here. They can't be around here. And he's in there telling her, them boys, they got to, they got to put that in the trunk of Robert's car. They can't have that out here. They can't have that. Uh, Grandma was well known for taking her wrist and doing this to her nose. She'd be talking or something, or whatever, she'd do that. And she'd come out there and she'd go, now you boys, y'all gonna have to put that up. But Grandma wasn't scared of him. She married him. Uh, but I honestly don't think he was 100%. I don't know. As a young man, I don't know if it was that or if it was just his prison life had made him the way he was. When we knew him. But like I said, he was always real quiet. He'd go talk to her, and very few times we always went over there on Sundays. And after church, uh, Grandma always went to church, and she'd pick us up and take us quite often. But if she didn't, we went over there after she got out of church because she'd be making dinner. And chicken and dumplings was one of her best. She put the whole chicken in there, the bones and all, Uh, sop it up with some bread, boy. uh, but he was real quiet. He would talk real low spoken, stay to himself. And that might have been mostly just because of his prison life. But he didn't, he didn't talk with us and kids much, any at all. Yeah, yeah. When you got your you get you a big old plate, chicken and dumplings, you dip it in there and put it in the plate. Your bones and all come with it. You know, you had to separate the bones, and she hand made all them dumplings. Oh, they were good. I could eat them dumplings all day long. And Daddy sure enjoyed them. I can still see his plate full of bones every Sunday, just about it. She didn't fix it every Sunday, but just about. I mean, a lot of Sundays we ate chicken and dumplings at her house. And we'd use real plates, you know. Carl would be wanting to get them paper plates out. And, Daddy wasn't eating no out of no paper plate. I want a real plate. Well, is everybody doing okay? Unmarked math state. I already had 120,000, and I put another 100,000 on it myself. Okay. Yeah. Now the police cars. It's fun. I'm glad. It's good. And I better get to bed. It's almost 1 o'clock. Yeah. I don't. I listen to it when I hear it. You know, little pieces of clips of this and that, Peggy. And I don't. I don't have time to really sit and just watch it. If I did nothing, I'd never get nothing done. Uh, but hopefully, I'll kick this headache and it'll be over with. Um, everybody remember. Everybody remember Melinda. And Meg, you said something about is it 2 weeks you go back for. I think you said in 2 weeks, or you have to wear another 2 weeks. But anyway, you're going back to the doctor here real soon with your wrist and stuff. We're praying and thanking the Lord for the fact that it's healing properly. And well, I don't know what Melinda was going to the doctor for, but for whatever it is, uh, we're lifting it up to the Lord. I remember. Yeah, I saw you said that next week. Okay. I saw you said that. I see the doctor on the 30th. That's a week away. Uh, but we just pray that the good Lord tells him what the right thing to do, and you follow the instructions. But the X-rays will look good. That's for sure. I can already see that. And I'm gonna pray Peggy don't get a headache like I've got trying to watch that politics. Uh, y'all y'all have a great night, and if Eric's still in here, God bless, brother. And y'all have a great night. I didn't see Eric say bye, but he might have got sidetracked. But God bless and good night. And keep on smiling. Just remember one thing. Just when you get down and out, or anything's not going right, just stop for a minute, take a deep breath, and think about Jesus loves me. Wow, does He love me? And that should change that should change your whole outlook. Good night. We'll see you. Thanks for being here. Says I'm still live.